Also, one video let's react to why does Gen Z love China?
Lately, my
Seems pretty interesting, so let's watch.
Instagram algorithm has been this.
著名和匠人。
Overnight, it seems that every
Yeah, if you like one video, you're gonna have like China for the rest of your
Gen Z
account, bro.
has entered a very Chinese part of their life. Smoking Chunghwa cigarettes and getting pissed drunk with Chinese uncles in the middle of Yunnan province. For many people of my generation, China has become a new, cool and hip place. Even though just a couple of years ago, it was vilified as one of the biggest evils in the world. Terrorizing protesters, genociding Muslims.
I mean, on social media, China is very cool because, like, there is low-key nothing like China because it's so big, you know, like, every city is actually so developed, and, like, that is because they made their cities within, like, 20 years, bro. Like, all of their big cities, they're being made, like, in 20 to 30 years, maybe. And when you look at the USA, like, their cities have been made in, like, multiple years, like, over centuries or multiple decades.
And watching its citizens every move. So what's changed? And why does Gen Z love China so much? One of the big factors in Gen Z's opinion about China could be seeing their progress and wondering why can't we have what they're having. If you look up China on social media, you'll be bombarded with videos of high-speed trains, shiny new buildings with neon lights, and reels of two Chinese dudes explaining what kind of animal this is.
What kind of animal is this?
This is a hyrax. It is not just some bullshit with fur.
For the most part, there is a genuine obsession with China. I mean, it's this faraway land with this mysterious government and even more.
True, they have like everything in China, bro. Like, USA has everything too, but like China also has everything. That's why like it's basically a competition, bro.
Cryptic cuisine. But I think a lot of this fascination with the country comes from dissatisfaction with Western stagnation. In the eyes of many, Western countries, especially the USA, have dropped the ball and burnt a lot of international goodwill in the past few years. If you go on Twitter, you'll find a buttload of posts saying how the West has fallen. Showcasing fashion streets, the homeless doing the Fanta pose, politicians saying outrageous shit, you know, just to name a few things. But worst of all, black people. Online, the West is depicted as a civilization in decline. No shiny new...
I mean, true, because China has like... They care a lot about who enters the country. So, for example, like, if you're a foreigner, it's very hard to get a green card or even stay long in China because either you have to have a job or be a student. So, I don't know, like, you just cannot do anything else, bro. And to get a green card, you have to, like, be married for 5 years over. So
infrastructure and just continuous bickering. And as people living in the West, we tend to be far more self-critical of ourselves, as that's who we're most familiar with. But besides online photos, one of the biggest factors in China's image online amongst the younger generation would have to be politics. I think Gen Z's sentiment towards China can be best summed up with this meme. The 2020s so far have been marked by a chaotic geopolitical scene. It seems that every year there's a new war erupting. Out of all of them,
I mean, okay, yeah, but it's not in the West though. That is only in the Middle East because I mean, Middle East has always been fighting for like centuries. Like they've always been fighting, bro. There's always been a conflict, and nothing like that has been happening anywhere else other than Middle East. So
Gaza war has been by far the most influential.
And for some reason, I mean, USA likes them because they have like contracts and they have connections with the Jews and...
For a lot of people, Israel's conduct during this conflict has been absolutely despicable. Over 75,000...
Because they want to control the oil money, that is why.
People were killed, 90% of whom are believed to be civilians. Schools and hospitals blasted to smithereens, and between 85 to 95% of all buildings in the Strip destroyed. Most Gen Zers watched this unfold live, all the while many Israelis online were cheering for the destruction of Palestine. As a result, Gen Z has become the most anti-Israel generation in human history. But unlike them, most Western governments have continued to support the country, as it absolutely pummeled Gaza. As a result, my generation has become overly critical of the West. For years, both the United States and Europe have propagated how they're for peace, stability, democracy, human rights, and blah, 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 blah. Invading countries all across...
Yeah. Green tax, bro. W.
the globe just to stop genocide. You know, but when Israel was conducting one, not a single sanction was put against them. For years prior to this, China was painted in the West as this authoritarian boogeyman that was going to invade Taiwan any second now. Just look at all these YouTube videos about it, you know.
Yeah, everyone tried to make like videos about, yo, is China gonna invade Taiwan? China's gonna invade Taiwan. Why is China's gonna, bro?
What do we
Like,
get?
it's all like clip farm, but like
Fucking
it's probably propaganda. Like they just want to make China look in a bad light, but at the same time, like China wouldn't do that.
nothing burger, because nothing
Yeah, it's nothing burger. Nothing happens.
ever happens. Can you believe it, guys? A war with Taiwan is just a week away. Wow, just a week away. And then we got the war with Gaza
Just a
again.
week away,
Fuck
bro.
me. So when America continued supporting Israel, despite its attacks on civilians, many started questioning this narrative. Despite being a superpower,
What?
China hasn't really intervened in any foreign wars. Instead, they've been developing their country
True.
and projecting this image
I mean, I think they tried to. They wanted to help Iran, but the USA said something that if you do this, then something is gonna happen. I don't know, bro.
of also developing other less fortunate nations. But that's not to say that China is this perfect utopian country that wants nothing more but world peace, you know. Far from it. China's
Yeah, far from it.
authoritarianism, treatment of minorities, and bullying of its neighbors in the South China Sea is more than well documented. And despite what angsty teens might say online, not everything bad that China does is CIA propaganda. So, why is China still so appealing to Gen Z? On one hand, statistics show that Gen Z is more left-leaning than their older folk. This generation perceives
Left-leaning?
centralized planning not as a
Wait, I thought Gen Z was like right wing. No.
Cold War relic, but as a necessary tool to combat modern crises like climate change and housing affordability that, in their eyes, the free market has failed to solve. On the other hand, Gen Z seems to lean more authoritarian and is less into democracy
Who?
than other generations.
Which is pretty good though. It's like honestly W.
Wild times we live in. Nyugi, tök széké vagyok. Ki tudja merre, merre vissza végzett, göröngyös úton, sötét éjjelen.
Bro.
What the fuck are you doing? What? This reads more as desiring an end to political squabbles and red tape, and less like surrendering your rights to the whim of a dictator. They're instead more willing to trade abstract political freedoms for administrative competence, so long as the people in charge do their job.
Wishful thinking!
Which makes a lot of sense, considering lately Western administrations seem to be completely out of touch with regular folks. I mean, just look at the Epstein files. Virtually every Western political leader
Yeah, the
and
files were insane, bro.
politicians seems to be implicated in some way, shape, or form. You know, but there's been no convictions or arrests whatsoever. And how many of those name-dropped in the files are still holding office? Distrust in the government is
Yeah,
at an
because
all-time high in
Trump.
the West, with their country's leaders being potential PDF files and starting new unwanted wars every couple of months. So China as an alternative becomes very attractive as it projects itself as a side that offers desperately
True, but you can't even go to China. Like, if you want to go to China, it's gonna be so hard. Like, the process of wanting to actually move to China is incredibly hard.
needed stability. And seeing the country exude this stability
But maybe you can do it if you like make a company there.
with everything that's occurred in the US and Europe in the
Could be
past
rich
couple of
for that.
decades made the younger generation question the mainstream stance on China. And I mean, sure, China is a superpower, and like any, it acts in its
Yep.
own best interest, expanding its sphere of influence as far as possible, which it's arguably done so in quite predatory ways, via debt-trapping nations in its Belt and Road Initiative, as well as its neo-colonial efforts in Africa. But in the eyes of many Gen Zers, this method is far more beneficial and more ethical to everyone than the current world policing done by the United States. But there's more than just politics as to why China became so appealing to the young whippersnappers. That being hyper-consumerism. For the past 3 decades, China has been flooding the global market with all
True.
sorts of knickknacks, making people believe that China is this magical place where your gadgets get built, your outfits come from, and your dreams come true. It started off simple with the humble local China shop, which evolved into the wacky world of e-commerce sites.
And now they have like Temu, Shein, and everything like that, bro. It's crazy, bro.
Like AliExpress and its endless possibilities. Overnight, platforms like Temu and Shein became household names in the world of
Because it's so easy to make everything, bro. Like, everything is so cheap. I mean, because China has everything, and it's so cheap, like easy to make everything, so they just sell it like They just have good marketing, bro.
E-commerce and fast fashion. Gen Zers even prefer shopping from Temu than traditional brands like H&M and Zara. To them, it's the same quality, same unethical practices, but
And because one is branded and the other isn't, that's what it is.
much more affordable.
Because, of course, the branded product is going to be way more expensive, even if they use the same materials.
And considering Gen Z is the poorest generation in modern history, living in an ever more expensive world, this gives China a lot of leverage. On the other hand, a lot more eccentric fashion heads have also taken the China pill. For decades, higher-end brands like Prada and Burberry have ditched their classy European artisan heritage, opting instead to outsource their production to regular Chinese warehouses. And China has taken note of this, leveraging the West's historic dependence on them, while also promoting their demands as luxury Chinese goods, taking back what's theirs. By cutting out the Western middleman, China isn't just selling products anymore. They are successfully reclaiming the value of their own labor, and teaching the new generation that the East is no longer a factory, but the headquarters. But there's more, which brings us to...
What? TikTok pipeline.
The internet is more international than ever. Governments all over the world have rushed to it to gain credibility and support through this new medium. Crucially, China understands how to use social media to project soft power and leave a strong cultural impression. And TikTok might be the most effective soft power weapon in their...
I mean, that's because they have so many people there. Like, there are so many streamers in China, they literally stream on streets and try to get money from, like, streaming. Like, there are literally homeless people streaming, bro. It's crazy, bro.
arsenal. It starts off simple, with Chinese social credit and Bing Chilling memes.
That's, yeah, attention economy, bro.
2. Interactive trends like China maxing and You Met Me in a Very Chinese Part of My Life. 2 shorts dedicated to the superior Chinese lifestyle and innovations. Or health and beauty remedies. I mean, there's a fuck ton of China content.
I'm telling you, the Little John galvanized square steel videos have done more for China's culture war victory in 1 year than rock and roll has ever done for America.
Just like Hollywood movies were used to project American soft power, TikTok is just as valuable for China's goals of controlling the narrative. There are also subtle differences in algorithms between the East and the West. Chinese TikTok, called Douyin and also owned by
字节跳动
goes through a content filter made by the CCP, resulting in more videos about progress and harmony, and severely limiting any criticism made towards the system.
I mean,
On
not
the other
truly,
side,
but
Western TikTok is more open and varied, but less regulated and more polarizing. It's still unclear whether this is by nature of free speech, or if the algorithm is tinkered to lean more into outrage and controversies. By sheer comparison, Chinese society is better perceived abroad as a result. China has also gotten another nice PR boost through other media avenues, like video games, movies, cartoons, and anime. Yep, Chinese cartoons are real this time. China's newfound openness to foreign tourists has also played a huge role, with travel vlogs highlighting the side of China that Westerners didn't get to really see before. Some older folk might see the glitz and glamour as cherry-picked propaganda, but for younger folk, this is their first contact with Chinese culture and society. But that's not to say that all of this was organic. The Chinese government has also actively tried to recruit many influencers to show off the country. If you've ever seen a video about Chongqing, the biggest city in the world you've never heard of, most likely it was funded by the CCP. A lot of these videos have the same talking points.
You'd be forgiven for thinking that we were on terra firma. However, we are in fact many stories high.
We're walking on ground level from my hotel the whole way to get here, but you actually realize you're on the 22nd floor of a building.
You might think that you're on the ground. You have no clue. Right now, I'm actually...
Okay, yeah, but like, this is like, just because they say it, it doesn't mean that like, they're being funded, because they're just describing it. Like, how is describing something mean that they're being funded to actually like promote this? Like, what the fuck? Like, this is so out of context, unironically. China fact chasers. I mean, this is probably like USA propaganda to frame China badly, I guess.
Extremely trippy, but even though it appears
like, what is that face he's doing?
I'm on the ground floor. Let me show you what floor.
Wait, like, what the fuck?
Turn my camera around. Show you down here. We're actually on the 22nd floor.
It may seem and feel like you're on the ground level, while actually you're on the 20th floor.
Ooh.
We are 22 floors up.
Yeah, they're just describing, like, how does that mean that they're being funded to say this? The fuck?
How crazy is that? And it looks like we're completely on ground level.
Yeah, it's literally tourist spot, brother. Like the fuck?
Pretty mind-blowing, and it's messing up your internal GPS. Like, am I on the 20th floor? Am I on the ground?
Ooh.
And this is pretty much an open secret. You know, like
Yeah.
a couple of months ago, I had a Chinese agency reach out to me, offering to fly me out to film China's
Really?
progress and technological advancements and make a couple of vlogs out of it. Which just shows how effective modern media is at shaping Gen Z's perception of the country. And finally, we have... And then fucking technology pops up. Technology! So in the last 2 to 3 decades, China has begun leading the way in research and technology. Long gone are the days when the label made in China was synonymous with fragility and shitty quality. Now it's worn like a badge of honor that stands for high-end, high reliability, and high performance. I mean, just
True.
to look
Because China made the first sixth generation jet, bro. Their like military is actually way stronger as well than USA, but like USA doesn't want to admit that.
at their smartphones, their EVs. China doesn't try.
Yeah, obviously. Why do you think like USA stopped Huawei to be sold in USA, bro? Or why doesn't the USA accept Chinese EVs? Like the fuck?
Away from massive mega projects either.
Like if you wanna buy Chinese EV to like USA, you have to literally buy it through going to Canada.
Each one a spectacle of its own. The Three Gorges Dam, high-speed trains, the giant bridges over mountains, the army of kung fu fighting robots.
I mean, it's true, bro. It's like
All are very flashy and very impressive.
yeah, I guess that's what gets attention.
And leave a strong impression. In the eyes of many, China has already dethroned Japan as the capital of innovation and
I mean, yeah, 100%.
technology. China has like 6 or 7 different cyberpunk megacities you can choose from. Skyscrapers, highways, metros, I mean, you name it, they have it. Look at the shiny building, wow! Neon lights! Look at the neon lights. The neon lights mean development. Wow, shiny new building, neon lights. But above all else, it sparks envy amongst the younger generation, whose politicians aren't doing, well, any of this.
Oh.
On one hand, China really does have a lot of cool...
I mean, to be fair, there's a problem because the Chinese is, yeah, it is kind of fucked. Everyone is using those illegal or like, I'm not sure if illegal, but like they're using like those electrical bikes, and it's fucking up literally traffic in every city, bro. Like in Shanghai, I think they're using like, yeah, they're using those bikes, and the government is not happy of them, and they're literally confiscating this. So people that are like the Western people are mad or making like fun of China, like, bro, people like save money for this, for people save money to buy this for 30 years, but like they're using like cheap ass fucking illegal no plates bikes, and yeah, they're trying to like frame China to being like worse than it actually is, bro. Well, actually like
stuff and reasons to brag. The problem, however, is its state censorship apparatus. Their image gets way too polished. No nuance, no feedback, leading to a one-way content stream. For the full picture, we can only really rely on what little info leaks.
I mean, yeah, because people love something that is cool, bro. If you look at China, China looks cool because
through the Great Firewall.
Like, it's so modern. That is why it's cool. But if you look at USA has been the same for like 100 years, bro. Like, it's hard to change the infrastructure of something that is already being built for a long time.
Gen Z might have something to say to that as well. They're dealing pretty much with the same problems as we are in the West. Soaring unemployment rates, soaring real estate prices, wealth inequality, and general distrust in the future of their country. All manifested in a movement called Pangping, a rejection of societal standards of overworking yourself to death. Sounds familiar? It should. Ultimately, I guess the grass is always greener on the side with neon lights. Like how Western urbanists praise Japan's car-free cities, while Japanese urbanists love the American grid-like suburbia. Ultimately, this isn't about whether or not China is objectively better. It's about...
I mean, China is better than Japan. Look at Japan, bro, and look at China. For example, if you want to go work as an English teacher, China can, like, if you want to go work, they will give you, like, accommodation, which is like really good, bro. Like the accommodation is really fucking good. Like the type of it, like for free, bro. And then you get paid for like 3 to maybe $2 to $5K as well. Like it's honestly very good.
Who decides what?
But if you want to do it in Japan, I mean, the accommodation you get there is gonna be like dog shit, and you probably have to buy too. And if you live in a city, it's gonna be very expensive, and the job probably pays you not too much, bro.
What better looks like. It's all a game of perception, optics, and really confidence. Or in one word, aura. And Gen Z seems to believe that China is aura farming. Progress
I mean, they are aura farming, what?
logging and no
They are mogging, what?
diffing every.
Look at how many drones does China have. They have like literally drone shows every fucking, like every Sunday or something, like the fuck? Or every month.
But let me know what you think. Is China really as technologically advanced as they lead us on to believe? Or is it all just a paper
Yeah, they are.
tiger? Let me know in the comment section down below. And
But yeah, I think that's it, bro. If you guys liked the video, drop a like, drop a sub, and I think this guy's pretty confused, or he's like, I don't know, bro, maybe he's biased to be towards like China being fake. But yeah, I don't know, it's kind of weird video, but if you guys like it though, drop a sub, drop a like, and join my Discord, and thank you guys for watching. See you on my next video, bye.